Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Sylvia and today I'm bringing you the Booktube Newbie Tag. And I have all the questions right here sitting on my old phone, so let's get started. Alright, question number one is, why did you start this channel? I have loved Booktube for years and I have wanted to do Booktube forever. And I tried at one point and then I just let life take over. So I just recently got my own like YouTube login and stuff away from my family so they can have their stuff and I can have my stuff separately. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I try this again? Let's make this work. I love reading. I love getting to chat about books, and some of the books that I read and I see and I'm interested in, I don't see other people talking about. So it's just another fun way for me to talk about the books that I'm reading. Question number two is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to Booktube? I feel like for me, it's just like my perspective, my personality, me. There are so many different versions of different videos that people are doing now, and the only thing that I can bring that's going to be different is myself, my outlook, and my personality, because let's just say I'm really random. Question number three is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? I think it's just being able to get out of my comfort zone. I wanted to do this for a long time, and I think part of the reason why I never did is you get into this mentality of needing the perfect time to film, the perfect time to this, the perfect time to that. And if I'm waiting for the perfect time in my house, I'm never going to do it, because as I start to make videos, you will see I have two kids that are 12 and 14, almost 13 and 15. They make noise. My house is never perfect. I have 4 dogs, a cat, and 2 bearded dragons. My dogs are constantly talking in the background and tap, 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 tapping through the house. Never going to be perfect. My husband's a gamer, so if I'm gonna constantly have to go hide to film, I'm never going to film. And so I'm excited to finally step out of my comfort zone and say screw it and go for it and meet other people. Not that I don't know other people in the book world, but more people, because it's always nice because you've got your friends. Like I have a group of friends who we all read a lot of romance together, right? So it'll be nice to be able to read thrillers and suspense and have other people to talk about those books with. So, question number 4 is, why do you love reading? Reading is for me, it's my way to decompress. It's my way to relax. It's my way to clear my head. It's my way to get away from things going on in my life that maybe I don't mentally want to have to think about at that time. It's a way for me to escape. And what better way than to go meet other people and be in different worlds? Next question. What book or series got you into reading? So I've always enjoyed reading, but I think the book that got me to the point where I had to have a book on me at all times is Beautiful Disaster by Jamie Maguire. We had come back from being overseas. My husband was in the military, and I happened to pick it up one night on Kindle and was like, let me just read this. I went from reading that to the second one to reading another series by her, and then it was this domino effect that I had to have a book at all times. Like I remember when I first moved to Orlando after getting back, and there were nights I was up at 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning just laughing hysterically at different things in books. It was great. I loved it. Next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I guess my biggest thing is, how do you I understand, not get the motivation, because I know sometimes we all just don't have the motivation to do it. It's just, how do you stay consistent? How do you kind of step out of that comfort zone? How do you keep going? Because between the kids, my husband, and my job, and my business, I feel like I easily let life get in the way. So how do you stay consistent all the time? How do you take that you time? How do you take that break for yourself? Next question. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? I think for me, it's going to be kind of just going with it because of all the different sounds in the background for me, and not being like, oh my God, the whole house needs to be quiet for me to be able to do this. And then just staying consistent. I have ideas of what I want to do, and it's just a matter of, okay, you can do it and stay consistent. Next question is, when did you start reading? I started reading as a kid. I want to say I remember my first, like some of the books when I was younger, Goosebumps. I absolutely loved Face on the Milk Carton, and then Don't Die, My Love was one of my favorites. And I remember reading Little House on the Prairie for the first time. I loved all those kids I loved all those books as a kid. All right, next question is, where do you read? Everywhere. I read in the car. I always have an audiobook going when I'm going to and from work. In the car, I have sometimes, depending, I have an audiobook playing when I'm getting ready, like when I'm taking a shower and getting ready. I read in my office. I read all over the house. Sometimes when I'm taking the dogs on a walk. I read everywhere. What kind of books do you like to read? I like to read everything. Romance, thriller, suspense, fantasy, sci-fi, autobiographies. As long as it grabs my attention, I'm all for it. Like, hand me the book, we're good to go. And last question is, what does your book collection look like? A crazy mess. I have like a fandom shelf. I have my indie books, my romance books. I have like my book of the month shelf. I have such a variety. Like, I have a whole closet of books that I need to get rid of that I may never read. I just haven't. They just sit there because I really need to go through them. But thank you so much for hanging out with me for this tag, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video.